Well, hello again everyone, as we have another week of trying to find some winners at the thoroughbreds on the weekend. Last weekend was a very pleasing result. We had 6 races over the weekend, 5 on Saturday and then 1 on Sunday. Found the winners in 3 of those races, and so currently we're at a strike rate of 9 successful races out of 19, which is above where I expected we would be. We had a peach of a ride from Jamie Carr on Smoke and Romans, awesomely rated, won convincingly, so a nice return on that race, and then followed up by Looks Like Elvis, which was well over the odds, so a very pleasing profit on that race. 2 duds, and then we laid Western Empire. It was an odds-on favourite, and it was very poorly ridden, I believe, by Billy Pike, or William Pike I think it is. Got it stuck out 3 wide, and I don't think the horse settled all that well for him, and eventually got run down by the stablemate. Putting it all together, we're now at a strike rate of 47.4%, return on investment 33%, which is well above, I think, what we can expect in the long term. But hey, it's going well at the moment. Looking at some of the bets here, Smoke and Romans, we backed it at $3.80. It turns out I got on too early, could have got $4.30 if I'd waited until a couple of minutes before the race, and so there was sort of $7, $8 I missed out on there. Pretty much got the best price about Looks Like Elvis, so that was pretty pleasing. And looking at the other bets, Western Empire, I laid that actually in the morning. I thought $1.37 was a good price to lay it at, but everyone piled into it, and by the time the race started, you could have laid it at about $1.25, and so you could have got a return of about $82, I think. So there was some money left on the table there, perhaps by stepping in too early with some of these bets. As far as the bet on Sunday goes, I'll talk a little bit about that when I get on to this week's selections. We went very close to being able to back the winner of the race, but we just couldn't quite get the price that we wanted. So anyway, that was last week. Going okay. Let's have a look at this week's activity. Well, this week I think I've identified 4 races out of the 5 meetings available to us where I think the wagon wheel has some chance of delivering a good result. And so we're starting with, I think it's race 4 in Sydney, the Christmas Cup. And it's come out with a horse at $26 currently on the tab prices to win the race. We've priced it at $3.59, so we're definitely going to be backing that one. Hush Writer is just above the odds at the moment. We'll have to wait until we get closer to the event to see whether we're going to be betting on that one. And the only other one at the moment that is showing up is Daniloquin, which is overs, getting $23 compared with our price at $14. So if we could get on this one, we're looking at having about, $21, maybe $25 on this race. The next race, the Villiers in Sydney, big field, 20 I think going around in this race. So it's going to be hard for those horses that are drawn wide to get in. Comes out, I can't believe it, it's come out with Steely on top by a lot, and this thing is quite a way up in class, as you can see, up in class, but then most of the horses are up in class, but this one seems to be up quite a bit more than Ellsberg, and sort of a little bit to suss about the ratings here, but hang on, we can't change the rules, we're going to stick with it. Steely at $4.80 is going to be a bet. Brutality at $9, just sneaking in there. Our price at $8. Bandersnatch just sneaking in at $12. And Exo Boom at $26. Looks like they're going to be the bets. Again, looking like we're going to have about, what have we got, 21? No, this is probably about $27, $28 on this race at the moment. The next race, James Squire just now. That's, I believe, up in Queensland. One of the later races in the day there. It's come out with 5 horses that we need to bet on. The wagon has got it priced as a very wide race, and the favourite is not fancied by the wagon wheel at all. It's way down here at selection number 6. So yes, we're going to be backing Tycoon Evie, In Gear, We're going to be on Fast Asia. We're going to be on, which one's that? Ardelays, and then Centre Fire, but not for a lot. We've got $13, $17, $18, $19, $20, about $21 on that race. Probably at this time I'll talk about what I've been thinking about doing. I did mention that we just missed out on being able to back the winner of the Werribee Cup. And I was thinking about a situation like this where we get so many horses to bet on. In this case, you know, some of these are quite a long way away from the most fancied horse. And so in the adjusted total here, you'll notice that I'm basing it on taking 60 points away from these horses and giving us these adjusted totals. Now if I change that to 65 and then make this one 65 as well, so the cutoff is going to be 65. Any horse below 65 doesn't get rated. Change that, and then we fill that down. So we'll just change the spreadsheet to put all of that in there. Suddenly we get a different set of prices. We're still going to be backing Tycoon Eve and In Gear, but you notice the prices are smaller. We're going to be backing East Asia, but when we get out to these two longer priced horses, we wouldn't be backing those anymore. So we're going to have no fill there. So, you know, I'm not going to change it at this stage. You know, if you're working on something and it's not broken, then don't try to fix it. And at the moment, running at ROI of 33%, I've got no intention of doing anything massive to change it. But I am going to keep an eye on this. We're going to go back and check out all the races that I've got the data for. And unfortunately, I've deleted a couple of the spreadsheets. But we're going to go back and have a look and see whether using 65 as the cutoff rather than 60 when we're doing the adjusted total is something that delivers us some better results. Don't know yet. Something we're going to look at as we move forward. The last race for the day, the Towton Cup, is it? Towton Cup. Over at Ascot, it does pick the two favourites on top, but currently their prices are well away from the market odds. And so at the moment it looks like we're going to be betting on Bad Wolf at $15, Stafford's Lad at $21, and down here Bella's Idol at $41. And you notice that there's sort of not a wide spread in the wagon wheel prices, even though the totals range from 81 down to 68. So, you know, if we did the change on this one, let's change that to 65. Oops, put it in there. Change that to 65. Change this one also to 65. And then we'll fill that down for the adjusted total. It doesn't really make much difference to what's going on. These two favourites are still poor value, according to the wagon. We're still going to be betting on Bad Wolf. We're almost on Black Shadow. We're definitely still on Stafford's Lad. And we're also still on Bella's Idol. But we're going to be having a little bit more money on them. But not much, because we're not backing on the favourites. What are we having? 5 and about 3 is 8, and to only $10 bet on that particular race. So that's it for this week. I will put these back to the original. I will also upload the spreadsheet onto Google Sheets. Now last week a whole pile of people told me they couldn't access the file, and they were being asked to ask for access. Now that's not supposed to happen. I don't know what happened with Google Sheets, but when I went to have a look at it, the whole spreadsheet had been messed around with. Now that's not the idea. So what should be happening is that when you go to Google Sheets, you should be able to open it up in view only mode. So you can see it, but you won't be able to mess around with it. What you need to do is go to the download tab and then download it onto your spreadsheet. Now I'll leave the instructions for how to do that in the video description. But if it turns out that Google Sheets are telling you that you need to ask for access, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to give it to you, because it means that it's going to be open for anybody to go in there and just change the numbers. Can come up here and change the numbers within the actual tables that are used to do the calculations, or change some of the numbers in here. So, you know, if it happens, I apologize for that, but I will put a link into a spreadsheet that is a blank spreadsheet I checked it with my daughter's account yesterday. It definitely works. It opens up, you can view it, and you can download it to your desktop. So doing the best I can to make all this available for you. Happy punting for this week, and I'll catch up with you again with the results next Friday.